What's up, guys? This is Kay from Lunarlight Games, and thanks for dropping in. Hello and welcome to our channel. If you are new, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Help us keep growing our channel. We are so close from hitting 500 subscribers, so if you happen to know anyone that hasn't subscribed yet to our channel, please recommend us to them. Anyways, we are back with more The Legend of Dragoon. Let me go ahead and get set up here, and then we will continue from where we left off last time. I hope you guys are doing well on this Monday night. Okay, so I think this should cover it. Now, where are we? Alright, so last time we had just planned on doing this one chore for 7, and we need to go into the top teleporter. But first off, before we do that, let me take out one item. After we do his task, we're going to receive an item. Now, which item can I get rid of? Or healing rains. You know what? Let me take off a healing breeze. How many healing breezes do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 6. We don't need that many. Let's throw away one. Okay, 7. Shall we start the first challenge? Sure. Okay then. Make sure you make that save before doing this. It seems like it's just us, meaning Rose and Kongol. Why don't we fight for starters? Is it going to be a combat challenge? Are you scared because you lost many times, or is it the cheap pride of a Giganto stopping you? Kongol and Rose changed. Rose doesn't say such things. You are not Rose. Rose is Kongol's best friend. Then die. Oh wait, was that an illusion? Well, don't tell me you're butting up with your enemy. It's Emperor Dole. We haven't seen him since Disc 1. You fool. What happened to my plan, the unification of Endiness? Have you found the leader who replaced me? What would Kongol do? He is not the same violent person as he was in the past. Choose to take Dole's sword. Emperor Dole. Kongol got new feeling. Kongol found new friends. Intention of Emperor Dole is in Kongol. Kongol won't avoid Emperor Dole. We saw the courage of a Giganto. Real courage can be obtained when a person is released from the bonds of the past. So we did that one correctly. We have to go through a series of dialogue checks here in order to pass. Make sure not to fail a single one, otherwise you will not get the item at the end of it. You can make a save in between in case you mess up. Okay. What's next? It is Miranda's challenge. I see, you're giving me a challenge. Let's get it over with. Don't be so hasty, Uck. Miranda, you are hasty, have a short temper, and are hopelessly annoying, Uck. Why, thanks, Buckle. You really have a short temper, Uck. I have a question for annoying Miranda, Uck. Why are you here? For the world? For Queen Teresa? No, for my friends. To help my friends. I asked the wrong question. All were right, Uck. Buckle lost, Uck. So does that mean that the answer never mattered? Miranda won, Uck. I lost so that Buckle die, Uck. What are you talking about? Without Buckle, this space cannot exist. You die too, Miranda. Where am I? Buckle! Answer me. You still don't understand, Uck. Buckle and Miranda died, Uck. Don't tell me I died. I'm still alive. Look, I still have my hands and feet. To die is to vanish, Uck. Now Miranda vanishes, Uck. Same as Buckle, Uck. What kind of trick is this? What did you do with my body? Miranda has done enough, Uck, so that you vanish with Buckle, Uck. Are you scared, Uck? Oh man, these creatures' dialogue choices are so strange. Are you scared, Uck? Afraid, Uck? Wanna cry, Uck? No, Miranda can't die now. I cannot die now. I haven't done anything yet. I cannot die if terror remains in the world. Miranda is revived, Uck. Buckle is revived too, Uck. I think that Buckle could have been replaced with someone else. That challenge was not nearly as good as the last one. Buckle's mean. Yeah, thanks, Lulu. The person who knows the time of their own death has real courage. That means I too have. Yeah, so those are the dialogue choices you need to pick if you want to pass that challenge. If you don't really care about getting this next item, you don't have to bother with it. Just use whatever dialogue. Who's next? Oh, it's King Albert. It's Minister Noish. Your Majesty Albert, it's an emergency. Minister Noish, why are you here? And what happened to your face, Albert? I was called by Mr. Savin. Sergio is in danger. Tell me more. The mysterious Eastern tribe is deploying an army around the border. In cowardice, they took advantage of your absence, King. Return to Endel's castle at once. Your people are waiting for you to come back, Your Majesty. Well, Albert can't do that. We still got work to do. Why? I am a Dragoon. Before I am a king. Yeah, it's been a while, but Albert's still a king. And that kingdom has been left alone. Minister Neusch, please attend to the matter of the invasion by the Eastern Tribe. Do everything possible to avoid a fight. That's right. Don't worry. There is no such thing as an Eastern Tribe. Are you sure that's a correct response? That's our king. Albert had to weigh the world's crisis against his people's. While making cruel choices is the responsibility of a king. The real leader has to be able to weigh the effects of a death. That is the courage of a king. You know who Albert reminds me of? He reminds me of the king from Final Fantasy VI. What was the name again? I think it was Edward or something. Sabin's brother. I can't remember off the top of my head, but if you played FF6, you know who I'm talking about. Anyways, the next challenge. Okay, so of the previous 3 challenges, I think Kongols is the best one so far. Nothing is here. Boring. Oh, what the hell, Bardell? Why are you here? I came back from the infernal world to get revenge for my sister. Are you interrupting me, Goraha? Goraha? You told me, Maru, you would come back to settle the matter of his sister after the journey. So you can't die here. Make amends with your death. My sister admired you. How can you still live after taking the life of my sister? Well, I still can't die. I can't do anything if I die. Even make amends. It was tough, wasn't it? No, not really. The answers are relatively straightforward. Poor Maru. Death does not make amends. Making amends only exists in life. We surely saw the courage of Maru, who knew and chose to live. Alright, next one. We gotta do one for each character. So far, I think Kongol had the strongest one. The completion of magic requires both the material and heart of the person who uses it. It is like raising disciples. So, what is this? And Claire left Rouge. I saw it through the mirror with Spino. If you could erase all your memories and go back to that moment, could you stop Claire? What would be the courageous option? It's to accept that Haschel made his mistakes. I couldn't stop her. It was the best I could do. That's right. Accepting the past, it shows courage too. That one I think could have been the best challenge of all. But it just didn't set up for it correctly. Alright, on to the next character. So far these challenges haven't had much difficulty in it. I thought we would have to choose some other option, but it's been defaulting to the bottom option. I would often think about it. The thing we are doing, namely Charlotte creating the signet sphere to seal the moon that never sets, and Rose continuously killing the moon child. I prepared for the coming evil day with a new signet, Moot, and the psychedelic bomb, and waited until the moment. The road to destruction laid by the creator Soa was supposed to be absolute, but evolution was stopped by us Winglies. I would often think about it, whether our deeds were the right thing and will continue forever. I'm afraid whether I will be myself until the day my body perishes and becomes dust. Will our intention be engulfed by the intention of the creator Soa eventually? Is everything meaningless? You go too far. We are neither immortal nor gods. We are mere people. People should just live in the present, because it means living for the next present. I have been that way, and I won't change. When is my challenge? So I guess Rose simply doesn't have a challenge. We have finished the challenge to the 6. You are the last one, Dart. Are you ready for the last challenge? Of course. It's the last. Pour your courage into the psychedelic bomb. Shauna, is this an illusion? Is it an illusion? Maybe it's real. It's the possibility of the future. The sword. I can't control my body. What did you do to me? You have to take up swords against Shauna. Stop it. Shauna is the moonchild that gives birth to the god of destruction, as well as being Dart's significant other. If you have to take up swords against Shauna, what are you going to do? This is almost a quick trick question because normally you would have just gone for the bottom option. But in this one, we have to stay true to Dart's heart, which is choose number 1. I'll save Shauna no matter what. And that is his true courage. The courage to pursue your love will change even fate. Savin went ahead to see the results. I hope our courage will be able to make the psychedelic bomb. It's the creation from thousands of years of effort by Savin. We have a huge responsibility. We obtained an unexpected ally. Now we can wait for Zeeg at the Signet Sphere. We all know what this means, don't we? If we can stop my dad in this city, the world will be saved. That's it. Let's go. Savin's waiting. Alright, so let's go ahead and replace our characters. And let's move into the... Is this the next room? No, this is where we came from. Exit stage right. This all looks the same to me. You know what? It's probably going to be on this side. Alright, so first one here, and then afterwards... There are a couple items here we need to grab. No time to worry about that now. Let's just focus on this battle. So we'll throw one of those at the Minotaur, and then we will take care of the jellyfish. Got that one down. There's an insta-kill taking place. You should never judge a book by its cover. Especially with that kind of weapon. So we'll take the furthest one of the 3, and then we'll take this one as well. That will bring us down here. And then we can move on to the next room. Don't bother with the other teleporters because they don't do anything. Look, the courage of all of you is adding up. The new magic will be born. Give me your hands. Give me your hands to save the world. This is the psychedelic bomb. OMG. It is exceeding the limit. Did it fail? Don't worry, it's not a bad thing. Your courage was too strong. My ultimate magic is now completed. His life work is complete. 7. At last I finished the preparation of Moot Rough. It was rough. Our efforts will pay off few. Magic power as strong as the signet spheres is gathered in Moot few. It seems we made it in time. Does this mean we can stop my father's plan? As long as Zeke doesn't destroy Moot Rough. It's okay, Few. The strongest of all magic creatures, Last Kraken is guarding it, Few. The Last Kraken? It only makes sense, right, since we're under the sea. Let's activate Moot at once. We will put a new seal on the moon that never sets. So our reward is the Psychedelic Bomb X. What is the Psychedelic Bomb X? It is a reusable item. Where is it? Yeah, this is a reusable item. Very handy if you manage to complete the challenges. If you don't, then you get a one-time use Psychedelic Bomb, which isn't all that great. It's basically just a random magic cast. Remember all those physical magic items that we get? This is the same thing as a recovery ball or an attack ball. Only the difference here is that it is reusable, so whenever you jump into a new battle, you can throw this out for a free attack. Cool, right? Moving on. So grab the Psychedelic X. And we still have a few items to collect, so I'm going to go grab those first. Alright, we're going to heal up, and I'm going to try out the new Psychedelic Bomb X. See, it works just like advertised. It's fairly strong, but you can only use it once per battle. And it gets even better if you can charge it right. Crap. Oh well, at least it doesn't matter. Okay, never mind, that's real bad. Let me redo those. Let me at least complete these. Okay, so there's that. If we stuck around here just to do some farming, we could probably level up again. We're supposed to follow him. So make sure you do that. I'm going to use up a healing breeze here because we're going to get one from the chest anyway. How much more room do we have for items? Not a whole lot. So we'll grab that one there. There should be a save point not too far from here. Let's stop that one, and then we will... Oh, buddy, what are you doing? We don't even use magical attacks. Okay, thank goodness he can't move. Crap. Let me give that another shot. It's always disappointing whenever you do that nearly perfectly and then mess up at the very last instance. No, we don't want that body purifier. Let's keep following 7. We are nearing the end of this dungeon. So after Aglis, I think the next dungeon that we end up going to is, I think, Zenebatos? Either way, whether it's Zenebatos or Mayfield, Zenebatos is by far the most complicated place to go to. So much so that I really needed a guide just to get around that place. You'll see what I mean in a second. Okay, so how are the additions holding up? Dart is only 10 away from completing his and thereby getting his final addition. We're still about 28 left for her. Still a bit more here. I think after we finish off either Albert or Rose's, we're gonna trade out the next character for Maru. Kongol's fine. He does plenty of damage. But I think having Rose and Albert, they're gonna complete our party. And we'll carry them over to the final boss. I mean, Maru's always a good second choice, though. Haschel, less so. Alright, finally, onto the good stuff. Let me show it. This is the signet sphere that has continued to seal the moon that never sets, the flesh of the god of destruction, the evil fruit that is settled in the sky. And this is Last Kraken, a magic creature that was born to guard the signet sphere. But we have you. It may not be needed. And Moot will start working. That red light is Moot, the new signet? Yes. When Moot is activated and the new signet covers the moon that never sets, the ambitions of that man will be terminated. What is going on? That was a poor introduction of me. Where is Zeeg? The voice. It's you, Zeeg. Dad, where are you? In front of you. Don't tell me. It's been manipulated. It can't be. Yes, it is. It's controlling the heart of Last Kraken. Zeeg, are you saying the 10,000 years of rest brought you magic power? Yes. Isn't it an astonishing evolution? Eventually, I will go beyond everything. Father, tell me, why do you need to annihilate the world? Because it is the intention of the creator Soa, and now it is my intention as well. Dart, are you not only pointing a sword against your own father, but also pointing a sword against Soa, who created you? And 7, don't you think it is a waste to stop the birth of a god by disobeying the intention of Soa? You were all silly. It seems the moon mirror that Lloyd struggled to get was not necessary. Go, Last Kraken. Destroy the signet sphere and Moot all along with his city. Excuse me. Destroy the signet sphere and Moot along with his city. Everybody, we gotta stop him. I won't let you have your way, Father. That is one ugly thing. Okay, so before I begin this fight, let me go ahead and have a look at the other character model. How does this thing even look? Never mind, it's just as ugly. The updated character model does nothing for me. Yep, ugly as hell. Alright, ugly as hell. Let's do something about you. We're gonna go ahead and transform. Probably nothing. I don't even know if it has eyes or anything. Though they kind of do look like eyes. They look like suckers to me. Anyways, let's go ahead and send out our... Oh, never mind. We only have around... Crap, I never restored any of my magic. Let's go with 3 fire bursts. Or final bursts. so 3... That'll be around 3,600 damage. Pretty nice. Let's go ahead and reduce some of the damage by using Rose Storm.
Rose Storm!
And then we can attack using Astral Drain. We only have 3 bars, so we can time this out directly with her MP too. 30 MP, 3 attacks. This should be fine. Wow, Rose gets another free hit. You know what, let me just use her Dragoon edition instead. Dang. It's fine, even if we don't get that perfectly. I mean, we could maximize our damage, though I don't think it's necessary with this boss fight. I'm just gonna save the magic for another Rose Storm. Let's go ahead and attack. Albert does very well here. Between the buffing and the damage reduction, we'll do just fine. Let me go ahead and replenish our health. Once more, another final burst. This thing's in for a world of hurt. It's a water elemental, so Dart naturally has the advantage. Alright, so I think that's close to about half its health gone. But then you get these little enemies that spawn in. go ahead and buff up.
Storm.
You know, I kind of forget whether Rose Storm lasts through 3 turns of Albert's or 3 attacks, or is it 3 turns of each character? It's never really made clear. Since there are 3 enemies on the field, I'm going to throw out the Psychedelic Bomb X. The Psychedelic Bomb is relatively easy to boost. It's not as bad as the other ones. I'm just going to focus on Last Kraken. The other characters can take care of the ghost thing. Oh crap, they're targeting Albert. We may need to heal up. Oh wait, never mind. Albert's got ridiculously high HP. Okay, in that case... let me go ahead and power up Dart for one more attack. And then I'm going to slow down What's-His-Face. Let's go ahead and attack now. That was really strong. I should have just waited for... No, never mind, not wait. I should have just strengthened up Dart and then threw him some magic. Let's get rid of this thing. Nice. Make everything blue so I can't see anything. Yeah, you got blue on top of blue on top of blue. It is really hard to see this. Maybe I can move out the camera. No, you can't really change it. The blue background and the blue square and the blue lines, they are ridiculously terrible. Like, it's hard to see what the hell you're doing when you're doing it. Yeah, I can barely tell. This stinks. Which is why I have no qualms about resetting these turns. Yeah, it's real nice to have like a sort of built-in emulator function like rewinding turns. I think it's dead, right? No, it's got one more in it. Oh well, screw it. We won. Yeah, forget about that boss fight. We won. And we get a free weapon too. Can Rose level up too? No, never mind. So close. We're only like 200 away. Now it has lots of HP, but it's not really tough at all. The signet sphere is resonating with a runaway reaction of Moot. Why? We prevented the attack of last Kraken. I got it. The field of power generated by the Dragoons triggered the runaway reaction. Sorry, I'll teleport you. Savin, you have to come back too. I will see this till the end. You should hurry to the next city. The signet sphere of Aglis is now being destroyed. Are you starting it alone and ending it alone too? Even if my body vanishes, my heart will remain. It will give you wings to fly the sky to the moon that never sets, where Zeeg is heading. I still have something to ask you. Rose, I'm grateful. Rose, you're my what? Oh well, we got no time for this. No time for being sad. Oh well. We'll never know what Savin was trying to say there. So because of that last Kraken, it ended up causing a chain reaction from whatever the hell that reactor was, and it destroyed everything. Well, our job here is done. On to the next city. Before that, I didn't complete that. That's still work in progress. Whatever happened to the other creations? Where's Ruff and Spino and Lulu? I guess they're all gone. Well, no time for being sad. We gotta make our way to the next Wingley City, which we will reach by backtracking. Fun, right? Crap. If I had a choice, I would choose a better color to... Actually, now that I think of it, I don't think there's any better color. Because there's always some sort of background that blends in. You can't use orange, you can't use green, can't really use brown or blue. And of course, purple, as you can see, doesn't work either. I think it just needs a better highlight. Oops. That one's quick. I think colors don't really work well because there's always some sort of background color that will fade in too. I think it needs to be like separate colors. Maybe make the square white and then put black, I guess. Something to contrast the colors, because the way it's currently set up right now, it is very difficult to see once the colors blend in. And off the top of my head, there are so many background colors that it's probably a waste of time trying to figure out which one will work best. Because I don't think there's any one specific color that will work throughout the entire game. Oh hey, it's Buckle. Miranda, you are still annoying, Uck. Yeah, same to you, Buckle. Are other people safe, Uck? Don't say anything. Savin died. Buckle and other creatures cannot live without Savin, Uck. Can't we do something for you? Can't you be saved with a Dragoon's power? Answer me. Be quiet, Uck. Good night, Uck. That's not nice, Buckle. Are you playing dead again? Give me a break. We can meet again soon, Uck. Closing my eyes, and soon, Uck. Goodbye, Buckle. We hardly knew you. Alright, so I hope you guys remembered the pathways to the previous rooms. Because there's no shortcut to the beginning of this area. We have to make our way back by ourselves. Which means understanding where the teleports go and which ones connect which. No idea. I suppose it's because it's a magical creature. One that's sustained by the life of Savin. So because Savin is gone, everything else in the city is dead. Except, of course, the random encounters. They're just here for fun. There's no rhyme or reason why there should be random encounters here. I guess they're simply here to provide you some sort of obstacle. Ah, crap. Sometimes my timing is off. Level 28. Good for Rose. Alright, the exit should be over to this side. Or am I going the wrong way? I might be going the wrong way. If you end up using a ton of healing items during the boss battle, try to play it safe because you might lock yourself into a soft lock where you simply don't have enough healing items, and it's a huge trudge back to Rouge. Come on, I can get this right. Nope, never mind. Crap. I swear it's that color. The color mixed with input lag makes for a bad time. Because you're not really supposed to land the line directly on top of the box. There's actually a smaller, clear outline around the blue box that tells you when you're supposed to press the X button. Be mindful of that if you are trying to complete your additions. Now this is the right way. Dart. Decal's time is stopping, Cal. I cannot roll anymore, Cal. Aw man, Decal was the most innocent one of all. But before that, you must see Pino. Well, this is Zeeg. Dad, what are you doing? The moon mirror is broken? Because the signet sphere of Aglis was destroyed, he doesn't need it anymore. Pino. Zeeg is in the lost city Zenebatos, Pino. Go hurry, Pino. But how can we go? We connected the teleport device, Cal. Please keep rolling for Decal, Cal. He's dead. He opened our road with his last power. We won't waste your death. All of our good friends here have since died because Seven's no longer around. So take care backtracking with no healing items. There's no possible way for you to complete this dungeon. That also goes for revival items. And I don't think we get access to another shop until sometime in Zenebatos.
Yes. Go. Tell. Go. Go. Moon strike.
I hope you're making good use of your therapy rings.
Just the wind to dance.
They're by far one of the best items you can possibly pick up in this game. In fact, usually by the end of the game I equip that on everyone, regardless of whether there's any other available healing item. Excuse me, not available healing item. I mean accessory. Because by the end of the game, there's a long segment between the final boss and the last town. It is a hell of a long way to get from there to there. That's why I say the end of this game is more like a... It's like a marathon, it's not a race or anything like that. Oh no, Ruff! Rose. Ruff has been here forever, Ruff. Ruff only knows views and sound in here, Ruff. Ruff wanted to go outside at least once, Ruff. Don't worry. Out. Okay, Ruff. It's rough, Ruff. Goodbye, Ruff. These babies are dead too. So their death won't be in vain. We have to move on. That's true. These babies completed their own duty. We have to as well. It's truly a rough life, Ruff. From here, it's relatively straightforward. After we kill one of these, I'm gonna have to take some time to replenish our health. And that's through defending. Crap, hang on.
Die. Hard blade.
And I... Alright, so we'll replenish our health, and then we will get started on Zenebatos. Too bad you can't just replenish your MP by doing this too. If you want to replenish your MP, make sure you equip one of the items that allow it whenever you get attacked. If you plan on using magic a lot, that's probably a better option versus carrying all of these like Sun Rhapsodies and Moon Serenades. For the final boss battle, that's another strategy you could use. It can be really helpful because that boss fight takes forever to complete. Some JRPG boss battles you can finish in like maybe half an hour or so without any real challenge. In this game though, it's, like I said, a marathon. There's no wheel to just, there's no real way to just bust through it. You simply just can't hit that hard. As you've seen so far in this game, we haven't even had a chance to one-shot any boss fight. It's always been a combination of strategy and sometimes basically dumb luck. Anyways, we're finally here. You can return to Rouge from this side, but we're going to skip it. Instead, head over here to this door. This must be the door to the teleport device Decal was talking about. And sure enough, it is. It looks like the one in my forest. This can take us to Zenebatos instantly. It's completely different. Winglies had such astonishing magic power, moving between cities instantly like this. It's astonishing, alright, but I can't accept life being generated by magic. Me neither. It's too depressing to be born just to do one thing. The Virage embryo, the god of destruction, was born for destruction only. Its existence might have the same sorrow. Then let's try to make it feel better. How? By making sure it'll never be born. Oh, Rose. You're always so dark. We gotta protect the next Signet Sphere. Let's go to the lost city Zenebatos. Well, let's warp to Zenebatos. That wasn't very far at all. Let's go check it out. Here we go, much better. This city is lit up. It's all brown, meaning that the color contrast doesn't work against you. Battles will be much easier here. So this is the lost city Zenebatos. It's the city where the legislation and administration of the world of the ancient Winglies were carried out. It's an austere place. It seems like a place Albert would love. Yes, I have a great interest in the way in which they manage their nations. However, I don't think I can learn anything from such a mess. It fell more than 10,000 years ago. Oh no. It's a guard. This is guard Lapto 11. Warning, Zenebatos is under martial law. Leave the city at once. Good for you, Albert. It seems that Zenebatos is still alive. Warning, invaded by humans. Take shelter in Cadessa promptly. Is it scared of us? However, unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be functioning. Are those generated by magic too? It seems like it. But it's different from Buckle. There is no heart in it. It is just like Zeke now. Hey guys, there is something coming this way. Looks like a giant stingray. What is this? I am Kulon. I'll be your wings. Savin was talking about it in his last moments. Wings that can fly the skies will be given. It was about you. Rose and people who are carrying the world. Although Savin couldn't accomplish his objectives, he fulfilled his role at the expense of his life. Now everything is on you. I know. I will stop my father and fulfill Savin's will. I'll be here waiting for you. Whenever you would like to go back to the world, I'll be your wings. Alright, so finally, we have our fast travel point. Kulon will take you wherever you want. If you want to head back to a specific town, or a dungeon, or wherever, you can hitch a ride and he will take you there instantly. So, for example, would you like to have wings? Sure. Let me head on over to... I don't know. We can head back to the Crystal Palace in Leningrad. Fernie, the Water City. You could even head back to Ulara. Basically, wherever you please. Except, of course, Aglis is not available. So if you want to, you can head back to Lohan, do some more grinding, and get some more money for some of the other equipment. You know what, let's head back to Fletz real quick. Let's go heal up and do some shopping. And whenever you want to go back to Zenebatos, you can just press square and bring it up on the map. Otherwise, we're going to stop by Fletz real quick. It sure beats having to walk everywhere. Especially if you need to replenish items or magic or whatever. But at this point in the game, if you really want all of the best items in the game, you will have to do some grinding. We're almost done with Moonstrike, and then we just need to do maybe 22 more times with Heartblade. Guess the Wind Dance will take a while. Yeah, exactly. It's definitely like a Pokemon. One of Savin's last acts as a hero. Let's see, let's check out the item shop. Can we make some room or not? Let's see. I would not recommend getting rid of your healing rains. They're quite valuable. And the only other way to get more healing rains is through Lohan's little, what was it? The carnival thing? Same thing with Moon Serenades. I don't know where you can get more of these things. If I were to sacrifice something, I would probably get rid of the mind purifiers and body purifiers. If you have your Dragoon spirit, and whenever you're inflicted with some sort of status effect, you can just use your Dragoon spirit, transform, and it will instantly clear your status effects. I mean, if you were to ask me which one I would get rid of all the repeatable items, I would probably eliminate the Pandemonium and the Smoke Ball. I mean, Smoke Ball is great if you want to have a guaranteed chance of fleeing from battles. But the battles in this game are fairly easy. I guess if you want to make a speed run, you would keep this one on. But this one over here doesn't really work against bosses. I mean, it works on minor enemies, but minor enemies are already weak enough where you can just use like 1 or 2 additions and you can kill them. As for these though, these are very useful. Same thing with the speed up and power down, and the power up and speed up items as well. It forces a minor enemy to attack one ally only. And it works for 3 turns. So say there's an enemy that can target everyone. If you use this using Dart, you can tank 3 hits before it wears off. Not that great, I think. It could. But it doesn't confuse that rainbow bird. So you can't just grind for XP. I don't think we're going to sell off anything. If we have to get rid of anything, it'll probably be our healing breezes or the purifiers. I'm just going to save my money for now. We're very close to picking up another legend cask. And we'll need that extra one to fight that super boss soon. If we wanted to, we can go fight it right now. But I'm just going to wait. I just want to stop by over here to make sure we get full health. No, as far as I remember, it's strictly specific to this game. Although now that you asked that, I think some of the other, like, Sega Genesis and Sega Saturn JRPGs, they kind of had this sort of feature. My favorite JRPG of all time, Lunar... what was it, Lunar 2? I think also Lunar 1 had limited inventory as well. But I remember Lunar 2 restricted you to like 20 items. 20 items wasn't really bad though. You had other ways of healing in that game too. Like there were actually healing spells. This one doesn't have healing spells all that often. You have to use specific characters in order to heal. Alright. Anyways. We gotta do a few things here. Alright, so Zenebatos is a really cool city. Also a bit of an annoying city if you're like a casual player. We're gonna check this out. The law prohibits humans from going to the signet sphere. Thus, this flying disc cannot be used. So is the signet sphere ahead? Wingly Code Article 703, the law prohibits non-winglies from going to the signet sphere. Well, you know, conveniently, we have a wingly with us. Maru, you can go by yourself and protect the signet sphere. No magic power as a wingly is recognized. Aw, boo. Hey, what do you mean? Wait. It means that my father cannot pass here either. Yeah, that's right. It means we still have time left. Okay, so this part is going to be highly unusual. But bear with me for a second. Can I play all of these games? These old ones? The only game that I mentioned, I think Lunar and Lunar 2, I don't have access to them. Although, no, never mind. I do have access to Lunar Silver Star. There's a remake of that on PSP. So I think if you go on if you have a PlayStation Vita, you can still pick up the game and download it to your Vita and play. Sadly though, I can't stream that. After all, it's a Vita game. And Lunar 2 is still exclusive to, I think, the PlayStation 1. I mean, there's also the Sega Saturn, or is it Sega CD? I forget which one. Anyways, there's still one version of the game that's, or is it two versions? No, I think the original Lunar 2 is on Sega CD, and then the second one is on, the second version, Lunar 2 Eternal Blue Complete, is on Sega Saturn. I think I got that right. Anyways, the whole story about Lunar is, like, really complicated. I would only recommend playing the PS1 versions or the PSP version if you have that available. And I think they just barely released Silver Star for the some mobile store, I think. Anyways, it's a complete mess. Yeah, Lunar 2 Eternal Blue is one of my favorite games of all time. It's a very simple JRPG, but it is amazing to play. Well, maybe not amazing. It's got nothing really cool mechanically, but the story flows like an old school anime like show. There are specific arcs to the story that makes it very enjoyable to go through. It's like going through your favorite show, essentially. But anyways, enough about that. Let me go ahead and move on to the next section. Alright, so notice how this is a law, right? Article 703, remember that number. This law prohibits humans from going to the signet sphere. And what are some unique attributes about the law? Well, they can be challenged and they can be amended, meaning they can be changed. And that is what we're going to be doing. We are going to amend the law. After all, this is the Lost City. Anyways. What is this buddy over here? This is Guild Lapto, I think is supposed to be guard? Anyways. Warning, under martial law, visitation allowed only to Legislation Center, Law Factory, and Law Launcher, Great Court, Residential Area, I think residential is misspelled. Power room are off limits. Can't we go to the place where the signet sphere is? Impossible. The law prohibits humans from going to the signet sphere. Impossible. The law prohibits humans from going to the signet sphere. It seems it's a waste of time to talk to them. Let's focus on how we can proceed. Okay. It seems we can decide the destination with this operation counter. Determine the destination. We have 3 areas to go to. The Law Factory, the Law Launcher, and the Legislation Center. Okay, so how do we move forward? First, head over to the Legislation Center. Let's confirm our destination. Okay, so let's see here. Oh crap, I forgot about this. If you get caught by those things, you can be arrested. Darn, what timing. Everybody's feeling the same way. But you know, thanks to Hashel, we have to focus on how to get out of here. Well, how do we get out of here? We start by punching things. It seems that they arrest people and send them here. Maru, have you found a way out? But it seems there is no device to get out of here. Maybe no exit? I don't want to think about a room without an exit. Wait a minute. Didn't we forget somebody? Let me see, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's our 7th Dragoon? Oh, there he is. Sorry, Kongol is late. Kongol, also known as the, what was it, the Kool-Aid Man? Why was only Kongol outside? Kongol don't know. It's simple. He was too heavy to teleport. Oh, really? I mean, I guess we can accept that. It is magic after all. Now we can get out. Yeah, thankfully we can just get out. We don't have to do any boss fight or anything. Before heading out though, let's see, there should be something around here that we can grab. Aha, here it is. Alright, so regular boss fights. Excuse me, not boss fights. Regular enemy fights. These aren't so bad as long as you keep using your magic 6 stone.
Die. Hard blade.
Focus on one enemy at a time. Try not to split your focus, or, you know, screw that up. Moonstrike has the worst counter hit. It happens so quick that if you're not prepared for it, you will most likely fail it every single time.
Hard blade.
And it's always on the third hit. The second hit isn't too bad. You know, speaking of other JRPGs that restrict items, Fire Emblem for the GBA is also pretty bad. There we go. Now we have Blazing Dynamo. Excuse me, Dynamo. Blah. Anyways, Blazing Dynamo is Dart's best edition. You will gain a ton of SP off of this one. Of course, there are a lot of strikes, but it's not nearly as bad as Moonstrike. It's highly predictable. Actually, no, now that I think about it, I don't think it has nearly as many strikes as Moonstrike. We'll have to test it out. I'm gonna go ahead and remove one of our healing breezes. We don't need that many. Flash Hall. Flash Hall is another, one-time use magic spell. Found people to which Wingley Code Article 659 applies. We need to change Article 659. If we amend 659, then we won't be sent to jail whenever we come across these enemies. Alright, once more. We have to head back to the Legislation Center. This time, try not to be caught. Otherwise, yes, you will be sent back to jail. Now, if you don't want to get caught, just make sure you don't run into them. Oh crap. Ah, damn it. Hang on. Thank goodness for this. We don't have to keep getting sent back to jail if we don't want to. Now, in order to get through this, you have to wait until he tries to chase after you and then try to beat it all the way back over to this teleporter. Oh crap. You know, it's probably best to wait until you disable the guards before picking up the items. We're going to be back here quite a few times. Oh crap. Never mind. Wait, hang on. This ain't it. The heck? Alright, we gotta try not to get caught here. This one only follows a line. There we go. Okay, so in order to change the law, we gotta wait in line. I hope you guys remembered which law you're trying to change here, because the game doesn't tell you specifically. Okay, so for service, stand in the center. Is this submission of a bill? Yes, it is. Yes. Submit it at once. Wait a minute. We want to go where the signet sphere is. Waste of time. Leave promptly. Next. Okay, so maybe not that response. Hang on. You gotta be patient here. We gotta wait for them to finish their deliberations. Actually, you know what? Screw that. Let's just rewind for a bit. There we go. Actually, no. Let me... Alright, so in order to pass this, don't say this is the submission of a bill. Instead, is this a revision of the law? Say yes. State the number of the article to be revised. Even we can change the law. It is revised if necessary. State the number of the article to be revised. State the first digit from the left. I hope you remember which law it is. First off, the one that we want to change is 659. So enter 659. Wingley Code Article 659. Deliberation amendment to trespassers shall be transported to the jail. Wingley Amended Code Article 659. Trespassers shall not be transported, shall not be teleported to the jail. Law production license is issued. Take this to the law factory. That will give you a law production license. Now we can leave. You can get caught here, it doesn't really matter. Alright, so back to square one again. Give Congo a break. Poor guy. He has to run all the way back over here if you get caught. So this is how you discover which law applies to what number. 659 is the law that carries you all the way back over here. But you see, that's not a law, that's a gameplay mechanic. What if I could? You're at the flying disc station, departing from the teleporting disc or device. Alright, so after going to the legislation center and getting the law amended, approved, head on over to the law factory. I think this is where you're supposed to go. Hang on. Alright, so let's go ahead and test out our new edition. It is finally time to use Blazing Dynamo.
Yes. Tell. Go.
Oh, wait. I forgot. This one can be rather quick on the draw.
Yes. Go.
Crap. Trust me, it's not that bad.
Yes. Go.
But it can take some getting used to.
Yes. Go.
Crap. It's straightforward, but you need to time these two hits perfectly, which I don't have the muscle memory for anymore.
Yes. Go. Go. Blazing dynamo.
There we go. It's straightforward. It doesn't have the same tricky timing as Moonstrike, but up front you need to learn the differences between the timing of the first, third, or fourth hit. Crap. Let me just concentrate for a second here. Obviously, I'm not concentrating hard enough.
Yes. Go. Go. Blazing dynamo.
There we go. I'll probably get it after a few more tries. But yeah, I consider Moonstrike to be much more difficult. If I remember right, there's no counterattack with Blazing Dynamo. Try not to get caught. There we go. Oh crap. Hang on. Instead of, going straight across, try to lure it to the other side over here. Ah, come on, that didn't work. You're supposed to lure it to the other pathway over here and then go around. And that'll allow you to get back up here. Okay, so take the law production license, submit it here. This should be it. Understood. Launching of law is required for the enforcement of the law. Law launching license is issued. Take this to the law launcher. When the process is completed, step back. You are hindering fulfillment of the quota. Complaints shall be brought to the Legislation Center. So once you have the device, head back to the beginning. You can just get caught. That'll allow you to fast travel. I mean, depending on how quick you are, some players might opt to just keep that law so that you can just keep getting caught whenever you need to. Anyways, we're back at the destination selector. So this time choose a law launcher. Okay, so this is the final stop. Once again, you have another puzzle to get through. There we go. Alright, so there are 2 of these things on this map. Actually, no, there's only 1. I'm looking at the thing in the background. Whoops, wrong side. And there we go. This is where you're supposed to go. So wait for your turn. Here we go. So submit the law launching license issued by the law factory. Here you go. This should be it. Understood. The law will now be enforced. When the process is completed, step back. You are hindering fulfillment of the quota. Complaints shall be brought to the law factory. And yay, we have now changed the law. Now we can go between each area without any problems. See? That's how you change the gameplay mechanic here. Now, that doesn't mean we lose out on random encounters. If you want to get rid of random encounters, you have to change the law again. Let's throw away the flash hull. We don't need that. The gravity grabber. That's another one that we don't need. I don't remember what exactly the spirit cloak does. I think that's another... Oh. This is the spirit cloak. It raises our magical evasion by 20 points. Very useful if you're encountering enemies that use a lot of magic. Essentially, you have a 30% chance of getting hit by magic after that. If you combine it with a magic cask, excuse me, not magic cask, the legend cask, you'll likely not get hit by magic at all. Anywho, I don't think we'll be bothered by any random encounters while we're trying to flee from these guards or whatever. The gravity grabber can be discarded. A downburst. I don't remember what that does. Now let's head back to the teleportation device. That we can talk to, and we can figure out what laws have changed and what haven't changed. That's inventive. one of the enemies that we're fighting against is a guillotine. Let's stop this guy from attacking.
Yes. Go.
That one's still getting me. Hang on.
Yes.
Whoops.
Yes. Go.
Yeah, it's that hit. There's a brief, like a second delay or so, that makes it kind of hard to get a handle on. The hell? I'm pretty sure I got this right, but it doesn't seem to be working. Yeah, I think it might be input delay. There we go. If you have a very slow monitor or something, it makes it very hard to get these correctly performed.
Die. Hard blade.
I mean, I have an OLED, which is on the lower end of input lag, but it doesn't mean it's not there. Crap. Come on. Yeah, what the hell? It's slightly off, I think. Yeah, I don't think there's any way around it. I'm probably just gonna have to hit the button earlier than I normally would. Oh, by the way, if you guys did not know, whether you're playing on a PS4 or a PS5, you will always have a slight bit more input lag than if you were to plug your controller directly in with a USB cable. So for the best inputs and the least input lag, make sure you're always on a hardwired connection. At least when we go backtracking, we can always do some more grinding for money. There's a little guy. It doesn't necessarily make it work better, it just reduces the input lag. If you're playing something like a JRPG, it probably might not matter because you're never worried about the inputs. But say, for example, if you're playing like a fighting game where inputs are absolutely key to performing well, definitely plug in your controller. Anything else like a, say, FPS game, first-person shooter, if you're trying to play like Call of Duty Online, you have other problems on top of input lag. Alright, so Wingley Code Article 703. If you want to go over to the Signet Sphere, you have to input 703 in order to move on. So yeah. Make sure you remember 703. For the longest time, I couldn't figure out how or why I couldn't get over to that area. Yeah, it has a little bit of first-person shooter elements to it. But since it's primarily a single-player game, you might not care if it has some input lag. I'm speaking more generally about like competitive games. Or games where inputs are required to be very precise. So things like rhythm games, fighting games, very action-heavy games. And for example, this right here, where we're trying to do the whole rhythm game with our additions, we need that extra bit of speed. Alright, so we're heading back to the Law Center. Excuse me, not the Law Center, the Legislation Center. But this time we don't have to worry about being flagged down. Now, if only I could just remember that we're supposed to be using the teleporters and not the doorways. Yeah, in that case, it might not be an issue for you then. Consider yourself one of the lucky ones. We'll pick up the frozen jet here. So how are you supposed to figure out what laws you're supposed to change? I think that's because you're supposed to eavesdrop on some of these other guards in order to figure out the numbers. I don't really have any time for that, so we're just gonna look up a guide. If you also listen in on the dialogue here, you can figure out those bills as well. Or if not, I think there are signs elsewhere that you can check out. Alright, so the next law that I'm going to change, I'm going to make it so we don't have to wait in line. Alright, so is this a revision of the law again? Say yes. Now the number that we need to change is going to be 640. This one's going to make it so we don't have to stand in line anymore. It's a quality of life change, not necessarily an important one. So this one, those who disturb order shall be ignored without exception. But if we amend it, those who disturb order shall not be ignored without exception. Sounds kind of confusing, right? Anyways, that's how the law works. Don't ask me how or why. It simply is. Anyways, back to it. Let's head over to the factory. And no, you can't speak to these things, so that's not how you're supposed to figure out what numbers you need to change. So this is going to be a huge process of going back and forth, back and forth. Never mind, I think it's this guy. Never mind. This is the shop. Usage by non-winglies of shops is not prohibited. Do not change this one. This is a bad law to change. It actually allows you to go shopping. So if you decide to screw yourself over, I mean, don't, I guess. Let me sell off this burning wave. We don't need this thing. If you need healing items, if you need items to replenish your MP, if you need to revive, or even... Actually, I don't even think you need these anymore. But yeah, healing items are here for the taking. What about the weapon shop? We can pick up the great axe for Kongol. We don't need the Gladius. Over here we have our Dragoon armor. What does it do? Well, it provides nullification to your specific magic type. So, the red Dragoon armor will nullify fire-based attacks. The Jade one nullifies wind-based attacks, and such and so on. We also have a few amulets here to pick up, but they're not that great. You can ignore the accessories, but the real treasure here is to pick up the Dragoon armor. I forget if you can pick up other ones later, or if this is limited to just these for now. Let's pick up one for everyone. We have enough money. Though it kind of does mean we won't have enough for the Legend Cask. So purchase them at your own peril. I think you only really need one Legend Cask. But if you truly want to make it easier on yourself, pick up 2, or even 3. Let's sell off the Spectral Flash. I think we'll have enough money later to pick up another one. For now, though, I wouldn't worry too much. So who can wear the rainbow dress? It's pretty strong. If you're going up against the super boss, maybe wear this one. It improves your magic defense by quite a bit. Or maybe pick up the sparkle dress. Nah, I think I would just go for I think I would just go for the Legend Cask. Essentially, yeah. If you pick up 3 with 3, you have basically broken the game. Can we not talk to these folks? Maybe not. Let's go take this thing over. Yeah, the only thing you need left is that. But you can bypass most status effects by just transforming into your Dragoon form. It's not a big deal. If I'm remembering correctly, you only really need to switch one law. And then after that, you can find out the other ones through, I think, that later area. Let's go launch this law. I think the only status effect that, yeah, getting stoned will prevent you from transforming, as well as the one that stuns you. If you get stunned, then you simply can't move at all. Then again, if you get stunned, the least of your worries is transforming. Alright, so we're going to slot in this new law. We don't have to wait in line. Alright, so 2 quality of life changes. Let's see, there are 3 more laws we can change. I think I'm just going to keep the not boss encounters, the enemy encounters on. I'll keep the enemy encounters on. That way we have some way of grinding for money. Instead, what we need to do now is we need to head on over to the Signet Sphere. So once again, let's head back to the Legislation Center. My, what sharp claws you have. Rose needs to pick me up soon.
Die. Hard blade.
Crap. That always goes back. Excuse me, that always goes bad. Yeah, what the hell? Let me switch up the camera angle. Okay, there we go. It's much easier to see. Though not quite what I think is best.
Yes. Go.
Yeah, it's always that last one.
Yes.
I need to flip the screen around.
Yes. Go.
This is getting really trying.
Go. Go. Blazing dynamo.
Die. Hard blade.
Part of the issue here is that, other than the outline, that clear outline of the blue box kind of fades in to the background really well. It is a combination of issues. Doesn't mean you can't complete them, though. Alright, so we have to change the law once more. I mean, we could either... No, actually, never mind. Let's just do this for now. I'll wait until after we finish the events at the Signet Sphere before moving on. Because we need to change one more law after this. So check this out. Those who disturb order shall not be ignored. So, get out of the way. Wait, didn't we change the law? I thought we didn't have to wait in line. Oh well. It doesn't seem like it changed much. There we go. Yeah, we need to change the law. Alright, so the code to get to the Signet Sphere is 703. And 3. Yeah, the law prohibiting non-winged leaves from going to the Signet Sphere needs to be changed. The new law will not prevent us from going. So let's head back. No, definitely not. It's not as cool, but I think it's interesting because it actually lives up to the name. This is the Lost City. And if you thought the law was going to be super cool, super exciting, well, guess again. This is far closer to how the law actually is in real life. You know, someone comes up with a law, they debate it, they decide whether they want it, they make it into law, and then they enforce it. And that's how the law is, you know, created. It's not exciting. It's not flashy. But that's what the law is, and some people really love it. I could probably never be a lawyer. I'd probably fall asleep. Anyway, here is a law. I did take a business law class in college before. It's not very exciting, but it is really tricky. Being able to take on a couple case law like projects it's a huge effort in and of itself. Anyways, let's go launch the law. After we do this, then we can move on. I'm not seeing the signs that tell you which laws can be changed or not. Those might show up after you complete the Signet Sphere event. That's because their word is the law. That's why they're always talking in terms. I mean, not talking in terms, talking in caps. I'm reading stuff on the screen and it's confusing me. There we go. Now we can progress onwards. So once you have launched the amendment, we can move on to the Signet Sphere. But I'm afraid this isn't the end of it. Because directly after this, we have to change one more law. Right now, let's head back to the teleportation device. And don't forget to make a save. Okay, finally. Okay, so for this fight, probably make sure you have replenished all your health. Maybe I'm debating whether we should go back and heal up. Actually, you know what? We can do that here. We need to switch some things around. Let me put that on instead of the Soul Eater. And then I'm going to stick a talisman on Dart. Where is it, by the way? We need to avoid an instant death attack soon. And maybe a D-Stone amulet if you have one. I think I'll give one over to Albert. Where's that D-Stone amulet? That should be fine. We'll take this chance to heal up. And these enemies do not look friendly at all. I know we're only in the Lost City, but these things look more representative of the Death City.
Yes. Go. Go. Blazing dynamo.
Well, that stinks. But at least it's dead. Alright, so time to heal up. We're gonna need as much health as we can. As much as we can spare for this next fight. Alright, so let's eliminate you. No? Come on, Dart. What are you doing? If you're fond of Miranda, you could probably use her in the next boss fight. She will be highly useful. Alright, so the law that prohibits humans from going to the Signet Sphere. I know that, but it should be revised now. No revision has been received. Hey you, can't you be more flexible? Maybe my spell is not that strong, but I'm here. Why don't you let us go? The law prohibits humans from going to the Signet Sphere. A world crisis is near at hand. No interest in world crisis, interest only in compliance with the law. Oh, but wait. Wingley Code Article 703 revised, enforced immediately. The law does not prohibit non-Wingleys from going to the Signet Sphere. It says does not prohibit. It seems a produced law is launched, arrives, and then is enforced. They are treating laws as if they are commodities. That's all it was anyway. The law was a mere tool to judge other creatures for them, the Wingleys. Anyways, as Dart says, we spent too much time with that tool. We gotta get to the Signet Sphere before my father. Enough of your BS. Let's see, determine the destination. We need to go to the Great Court. Confirming the destination, let's go. You are at the flying disc station of the Great Court. The signet sphere should be in here. Oh no. It's lost all control. Dart, Rose, Albert, blah blah blah, total 7. Why is it going crazy? Confirmed, accused. Accused? What is it saying? You are at the flying disc station in front of the Great Court. Yeah, I know, it's a waste of time to ask. Alright, save over here if you need to because there's an upcoming boss fight. Make sure you prep the party, equip whatever items you need to. And let's press on forward. Where are we? It's the Court of Zenebatos. It's the place where judgment is passed for non-winglies under the name of fake justice. And still now. Everyone's guilty, right? My name is Nomos. I am the Justice. My word is the only truth. We are here to protect the signet sphere. Let us go through here. Accused Dart, Rose, Albert, Haschel, Miranda, Maru, and Kongol. It seems you know we're here for the signet sphere. And you are trying to intervene. Why? Accusation. The will of the creator Soa. It's not working. Oh no. Is this manipulated by my father? Thus the death penalty is sentenced. Come out, winged executioners. Vector, Celibus, Kubala. Start the execution. I'm guessing these are the judge, jury, and executioners. So you got Celibus, Vector, and Kubala. These are all dark elemental enemies. Which means don't use Rose as the main trigger. If you trigger your special transformation, it'll turn the field dark. And it'll give them a boost. Avoid that if you can. We want to eliminate Celibus first. But before we do that, let me go ahead and throw out the power-up for Dart. Yeah, ignore his attack. You know what, since we're still here, let me throw out the speed down function on Celibus. Celibus is far speedier than any of the other two. And yes, he does attack with a big pair of scissors. Maybe it's to represent him cutting everyone down to pieces. Especially those who break the law. Okay, so we do have 3 enemies to take care of. Let me go ahead and start off by throwing out the red dragon. That does a healthy chunk of damage. You should also be aware that Kubula has a death counter. So if you kill Kubula, it'll throw out an instant death attack, and you'll want to pray that it doesn't hit your final character standing. So if you're down to like your last character, that can spell game over for you. Plus, it'll also negate any potential XP gains too. It's random though, you can't predict who's going to get that final hit off of that instant death attack. The hell? Okay, that wasn't cool.
Explosion!
That was strange. I think that's supposed to be a status effect attack. Didn't seem to work though. Let's see, we can probably kill 2 more characters, so let me throw out this one.
Wing Lasher!
Didn't seem to do anything. How about Death Dimension? Can we hurt them?
Death dimension. Gone.
Didn't seem to do a whole lot. Disappointing. Yeah, we need to prevent some more damage now. That kind of hurt. Do we take care of Kubala or Vector? Let me take care of Kubala now. As predicted. Crap. That will kill off Albert too. We'll have to revive him after probably Rose finishes her turn.
Astral Drain.
And last but not least is Celibus. I think we'll probably end up killing her before we can revive Albert. What's up with the hands? Well, they don't do any much. I mean, they don't do much damage. Okay, so now we can bring back Albert before we end the battle. Get back up. And then let's throw out the Psychedelic Bomb X. Huh, what do you know? That is the end of that battle. As long as you know how to anticipate that instant death attack, you should be fine. It's not the worst thing in the world. And we are done here. Master, hurry to the god. Rebels against Soa's will overcome me. The signet sphere is over there. Well, let's go. The Signet Sphere. It's too late, he's already done it. It's losing its magic power. This moon dagger is serving as proof. How on earth did he get here? Maybe because he disobeyed the law? Now, the sky is one of my roads too. Father, can you hear the movements of the god of destruction? As if a hymn to the new world. It sounds like an outcry of the world to me. With the outcry, Shana will be reborn to the god who no longer knows you. She desires that too. She does not. You'll see when you meet her. But for Shana, you are a mere object to be destroyed. Wait. He is not Zeeg. Then who the hell is he? We'll find out in the city of the last Signet Sphere. I will in Mayfield. Yeah, I think if we hadn't bothered with the whole law, we probably would have done this already. We would have gotten here before he did. Anyways, we can finally return back to the bottom area. No more wasting time down here.
Yes. Test. Go. Test. Test. Go.
Crap. Let me reload and try again.
Yes.
It's always a bit of a challenge.
Test. Go. Blazing dynamo.
At least the game is far more lenient than I remember. That is a hell of a lot of damage.
Die. Hard blade.
Yes. Test. Go. Test. Test. Go. Blazing dynamo.
Alright, so we're going to take the time to replenish our health. It sure beats wasting any money. Okay, so we gotta get past this section. And we still have to wait for Albert. That one dragon helm that doubles your HP. I feel like it's near broken on Albert.
Test. Go. Test. Test. Go. Blazing dynamo.
Die. Hard blade.
Well, that's done. Oh hey, a free healing breeze. Well, that sure beats us having to defend every turn just to heal up. Let me go ahead and re-equip my stuff here. Grab the therapy ring, and then I don't think we need to switch anything out for Rose, but that D-Stone amulet, let's give back the therapy ring over here. I can't believe we haven't gotten a new leg piece. Actually, no, never mind. I probably can equip this over the iron knee piece. That ought to give Albert a speed boost. Yeah, we're at the Flying Disc Station, departing from the Signet Sphere of Great Court. We need to head back down. We don't want to do anything over here. Ah, so this buddy. Let's go talk to him. Let's use this on you.
Yes. Go. Go.
And it's really hard to see.
Yes.
Now, white flashing is distracting me, and I can't see the outline.
Yes. Go. Go. Raging dynamo.
There we go. Yeah, it's best to set the screen somewhat further back.
Just the wind to dance.
Die. Hard blade.
Okay, another battle done. Now, the important question is how we're supposed to get over to Mayfill. Maybe this buddy will know. Martial laws relaxed. Revision is required to move to Death City, Mayfill. Wingley Code 410, setting of the teleporting device. Connection to Death City, Mayfill shall be disconnected. So remember that number, 410. Before we head on over to change... Let's see, please go to Mayfill. Dad must be... Actually... What does this dialogue say? Where's the destination? Yeah, please go to Mayfill. Dad must be heading there. However, the sky over Mayfill is filled with swirling souls. I don't think I can make it with my newborn wings. What? What do you mean? Then how should we go? You should be able to go with a teleporting device. Okay. We'll use the teleporter, but for now let me go back and find an inn. using an inn is far cheaper than trying to purchase enough healing items and magical replacement items. So we're just going to stop by Leningrad. Yeah, sure, we have to wait for the disc to change. But that shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, so once more we gotta change the law. As if that wasn't cumbersome enough the first time around. Okay, so one quick stay here will replenish your health and magic. Seriously, do it. It's far cheaper than trying to purchase a whole bunch of, like, Sun Rhapsodies for everyone. And you don't even have to waste the Healing Breeze either. Once we get over to Mayfield, it's going to be kind of fun. I hope you have enough items because we're going to be doing like 3 or 2. No, actually, I think it's 3. Yeah, it's 3. We're going to be doing 3 optional boss battles. You will have to do these boss battles if you want the Platinum Trophy. It's best to get it over with because you won't be able to do them if you leave Mayfield after you complete the events. So back over to the Legislation Center. And yes, it does mean repeating the run. But this should be our last time doing this. So Article 410, right? We shouldn't have to wait in line, should we? The hell? I thought we changed this law. No, damn it. Oh well, we lost our position in line again. If only it were this easy to pass a law. Yeah, we need to revise 410. .410. Alright, setting of the teleporting device. Connection to Death City Mayfield shall be disconnected. If we amend it, it will restore the connection. So take the license, head on over to the factory, and then after that launch the law. If you had the opportunity to set whatever law you could, which ones would you pass? If I had that choice, which ones would I pass? Come to think of it. Yeah, sure, for real life. I mean, think of whatever law you want. After all, it's a fantasy. Any law that you would pass in real life, which law would you want it to be? I think for me personally, if money were no problem, I'd pass the one that would give everyone a universal basic income. It probably might not ever happen in real life, but that would definitely be one I would pass. Alright, so let's head back over. That's a bold change. Now, what would be your reasoning for changing that? I see. That would be a cool change. It's not as drastic as, say, giving everyone universal basic income. I suppose, in that sort of hypothetical timeline. In reality, though, sadly, it's treated more like, content is still treated as if you're merely using it. You don't necessarily own what you're playing. I mean, you're allowed to use it to your oh, how should I put this? You can use it however you want, but you can't necessarily share things in a way that the company doesn't like. Yeah, in a perfect world, if you purchase digital goods, it would always belong to you. Just like anything else. Alright, so with that law change, we can finally head over to Mayfield. Now is probably a good time to purchase any items you need over at the shop, which I'm going to have a quick look over. I'm glad that there is a shop here at all. I think we already have more than enough items. 5 healing breezes is fine. 1 mind and 1 body purifier. We don't need the night raid though. Alright, so after all of that, we can head back to the teleportation device and we can continue on to Mayfield. Yeah, I agree. In a perfect world, our PlayStation account would belong to us. Sadly, that isn't the case. Since the network is maintained by Sony, well, our accounts are theirs to maintain, not for us to maintain. So if it goes down, yeah, I probably should. Maybe later though. I'm just gonna hold on to the money for now. As far as weapons go, you don't ever really get to a point where you max out your weapon list. Unless you simply buy up every single possible thing in the game. Which I don't think is absolutely necessary to do. You can find some of the later items. And of course, some of the accessories are not as useful as you might think they are. So I would just hold off your money. Hold off on buying any of the extra accessories and you should be fine as far as weapon inventory is concerned. Whoops. It's only really consumable items that you need to worry about. You can only have so many healing items.
Die. Hard blade.
Yeah, if you have older weapons, you can sell them off for no bad consequence. You can sell them off. I'm just going to hold on to them because once we get near to the game, I'll have a better idea of what we need to get rid of. Like, for example, like the beginning weapons right over here, if they have no extra special side effect like the heat blade can cause fire-based attacks, I would keep those. But the extra you can get rid of. The bastard sword, the broadsword, those can be sold. Same thing with the falchion. Since the soul eater and the mind crush outclass that one. Same thing goes for everyone else's weapon. But I'm not going to worry about that for now. Healing items can be easily replaced. I'm more concerned about getting another legend cast. Alright, so the law has been replaced. We can now go to Death City Mayfield. Now, how do we get to Death City Mayfield? Well, let me see. Ah, this is what it is. So at the teleporter here, choose to go to Mayfield. Over 11,000 years and it still leads souls to hell. It's also the most atmospheric of the three cities. Maybe it is connected to the Devildom. But it doesn't matter now. The plan determined by Soa's will... The plan determined by Soa will drink everything to the last drop. This is Mayfield. The creepiest of the three cities. Rose, what's that? When there were still Winglies here, they used to suck souls from all over the world into that huge tower so they could decide the destination of their souls. But why? You want to say it should have been destroyed during the Dragon campaign, don't you? Both Aglis and Zenebatos were working. It shouldn't be that strange. Well, we destroyed this place completely so that they could never play with souls. But maybe this is... Do the souls that couldn't completely die gather here? I don't like this. But whatever happens, as long as the moon is in the sky, we are fine. The Signet Sphere is still safe. Well, hurry up. We have to get there before Dad. Okay, so I'm gonna do one more boss battle here. We're not gonna complete Death City Mayfield tonight. What do I mean by that? Well, first we gotta teleport down here. And we're gonna go in here. Check this out. This is the soul of Fairbrand, the green tusk dragon. That's Fairbrand? It came out in response to the Dragoon spirit of Albert. You said souls that couldn't completely die gather here. Is it the same for dragons? Yes, probably the defeat by humans who were supposed to be less powerful than them became a burden on their soul. If we kill it again, we can probably break the attachment. But we don't have we don't have time to deal with them. No, we don't. I feel sorry, but We have to catch up with Zeke or the world will end. Okay, so I know this is supposed to be a place where we are supposed to skip a fight, but in actuality, you don't have to skip this fight. You can take on the Dragon Soul right now. It's entirely up to you, though, whether you want to flee or not. Just don't bump into them if you want to move on. But as for me, I'm going to fight this thing. Oh yeah, it's angry. It seems we tempted it into fighting with us. Is there no choice? We have no time. I'll cut your attachment now. Alright, so round 2 against these bosses. They're very similar to the first time around you fought them, only except they're slightly stronger.
Gust of wind to dance.
Technically, they're considered super bosses of their own class. Don't believe everything, though. They're still relatively easy to kill. I'm going to make sure we can transform first.
Die. Hard blade.
Your best bet if you want to fight these dragon spirits, excuse me, if you want to fight these dragon spirits, make sure you come into battle with a full stock of your Dragoon spirits. That way you can transform and you'll have an easier time. I need to grab a drink of water soon. Alright, so Rose, please keep up your attacks and we will transform soon.
Hard blade.
I'm going to use Albert for the items.
Go.
Crap, hang on.
Yes. Go. Go. Blazing dynamo.
Yeah, so Dart by himself can dish out a lot of damage. Just keep your health up. Slow him down, maybe. Or even power him down. Oh yeah, that's right. He can also poison you too. We need to transform soon. Crap. Hang on. I gotta make sure not to screw these up.
Die. Hard blade.
And let's see. Remember, you can't run away from these fights. So I hope you made a save before tackling these things.
Yes. Go. Go. Blazing dynamo.
Oh, right. It can also cause fear, too. That stinks, because Rose can't really handle attacks for much longer. Let's see, let's throw up... We're gonna throw up the material shield for now. If you can't wait any longer, just use your transformations. Let's throw out this. It's almost dead. Yeah, that does a lot of damage too.
Die. Hard blade.
Alright, Dart, it's up to you.
Yes. Go.
Hang on.
Yes. Go. Go.
There we go.
Blazing dynamo.
I think we have one or two more turns and we're done here.
Die. Hard blade.
There we go. Actually, that didn't take that long. If I have time, I'm probably going to run through the last two. Because we still have to kill two more dragon spirits. Downburst, no, we're not going to take it. Now the soul of Fairbrand is saved? Yes, probably. Probably. No, it probably wasn't saved. Instead, we destroyed him completely. Now let's get going. Instead of going that way, we're going to head back to Zenebatos, find a place to heal up, and we will do the next fight. Now, I wonder if you guys can recount how many dragons we've killed in the game so far. Because Fairbrand is by far the easiest of the ghost dragons to defeat. Yeah, no one's gonna cry over Fairbrand. So we're gonna rush back, heal up, and then we will do another dragon fight, and then after that we will call it for tonight. It's getting kind of late too. Just gotta twiddle my fingers here while we wait for the disc to change. If you don't mind using your healing items, then I guess you might not need to run back here. Now that I think about it, this is probably going to be the more expensive option to rest at. Should probably head back to like maybe disc 1 or 2 to heal. 50G sounds like a little bit, but it's actually quite a lot. Also, make sure you charge up your... Make sure to charge up your Dragoon spirits in order to take on the next fight. Before we rush off, let me make a save. Oh crap, I forgot. We didn't cure the poison or fear status. Okay, so we're going to... Oh wait, you know what? I forgot about this. We can just rewind. Is there a place for us to heal up here? Nah, never mind. I think it's been destroyed. If it's been destroyed, never mind. Let's head on over to Flets, and we'll use the healing station over there. Flets isn't too far, and I still remember the layout. Otherwise, choose whatever location you feel most comfortable with. Can you imagine back in the day if you had to switch locations, you would also have to switch out the disc as well? So any backtracking you might do, make sure you hand over the disc to the console. Keep it in a nice spare place, nice clean place so you can easily reach it. I've always thought it was really weird that you needed to use a healing clinic in order to get rid of status effects. It's not every location. But yeah, some locations that are specific to like disc 1 or 2, you need to switch out. It's a pain in the butt. I'm surprised the game still remembers which location and at which point in the story you're still on. Like, you could be on chapter 4 and backtrack to like a chapter 1 location, and you have to switch over to disc 1. But at least the game will still remember that you're on chapter 4. I think that's a thing that's specific to this game, because in Final Fantasy, basically any of the other 3 Final Fantasy games on PlayStation 1, they don't do that. But of course they will lock you out. Lock you out by that I mean it'll lock out certain areas in the game depending on your progress in the story. Kind of like what happens to Limblum after Disc 1 and 2. Or even the original location of Alexandria. Okay, so with Fairbrand taken care of, why am I getting stuck here? There is a hidden bridge over here. Cross these to get those items and then head back. And then after that... Oh wait, hang on. There should be another teleporter to get to the other 3 items. You can grab these guard items here. These new enemy designs are interesting. The hyperskeleton. Well, hyper or not, you're going down. And of course, a loner knight. Crap. Come on, we gotta get this correct. It's the only way that we're going to strengthen up Dart's final edition. We gotta keep getting this perfectly done.
Die. Hard blade.
Albert's final edition can't come soon enough. It's taking forever. That was really badly. Really badly done. Oh, come on. I can never get the timing on this correct.
Die. Hard blade.
The other ones I've gotten kind of predictable, so muscle memory has thankfully taken over. By the way, how are the additions holding up? Blazing Dynamo hasn't even gotten to the second level. We're almost done with Hard Blade. This one's still taking a while. What is the Protector? Oh, never mind. This renders you immune to arm blocking. Arm blocking doesn't allow you to attack. What is this thing? The Spectre? I hope it's not one of those special enemies. Never mind, it might be. In that case, let's rewind back. Maybe if we try this. That seemed to do the trick. No, never mind, it was just a ghost. Simple ghost with... oh crap, did I run the wrong way? I think I did. Anywho. Mind Sparkling. This should be the soul of Ragol. It says, kill me. He doesn't want to go to hell. Dart, it'll be over quick. Let's save Ragol. Yeah, sure thing. This one should be just as powerful as the last one. Except for Ragol, it's a water elemental, so Dart should have an easier time killing it. Let me do a few things first. Let's power ourselves up and power this thing down. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and... I want to use the psychedelic bomb before we start things up, but I think Rose has better magic attack power. Let me speed her up then. Oh, and by the way, you should probably throw this out too. And then we're just going to power up Dart. And now we can throw out the bomb. That is really easy to power up. And of course, after that, I'm going to throw down the material shield on Rose. This thing has all the same attack powers as the original, so do be careful. Alright, we got enough magic power for 3 final bursts and 2 regular attacks.
Final burst.
Yeah, that is a healthy chunk. We can even further reduce its power by using Rose Storm. That's going to buff us up, so we don't have to worry about its damage.
Rose Storm.
And then Rose, just keep our health topped up. That's all you need to do. Because we'll be done in 2 or 3 more turns. Regold doesn't seem to be using its special attack, so that's fine. It still has a 1 special move.
Final burst.
Well, that didn't hit as hard as it did before. Let's keep up the onslaught. That's one of the attacks I was worried about. Thankfully we can heal that. right back up.
Astral Drain.
Not bad, right? That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Regol typically gives me a hard time, especially if you don't have any of the reusable items. He says he's okay and he won't be overwhelmed by the power of Mayfill anymore. Hurry up, we have to catch up with Dart's father. Once again, we gotta go rest and replenish our magic. There's one more dragon spirit that we can fight. But, you know, I think I'll save that for next time. It's getting kind of late. And guess which dragon spirit this one will be. I'm surprised that in the lost city of Zenebatos there's no, you know, inn or rest area. Instead, if you want to rest, you gotta head all the way back into town. We're also getting kind of close to the point of no return. I'm gonna have to decide next time when we return whether we want to go back and do some of the optional stuff. Alright, so we're gonna heal up, and that's where we're gonna call it for tonight. Yeah, so I'm trying to think here. I think in our next session we're gonna do all the optional stuff, meaning we're gonna do all the optional Dragoon fights, as well as the last Dragon Spirit fight, before we tackle the Signet Sphere. Because once we get past the last city, we're gonna end up in a position where we can't fast travel any longer. And that will mean we will go to the point of no return and then suddenly find ourselves stuck and unable to complete the rest of the other trophies. So that is going to be the plan for next time. Alright. It is currently 1:30 a.m. and this is where we need to stop. So if you guys are currently watching this on YouTube, please like the video. If you guys have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. Let me know what you guys think of the gameplay so far and our journey. We are very much nearing the end of the game. There's not much more now. We still have one more dungeon, I think, after this to run through. But like I said, it's at the point where you can't go back anymore, so everything that we need to do, we will need to do in the next session before moving on. Fun, right? I love points of no return. So share this video out wherever you guys can, and also subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. Please check out our playlist if you have missed out on any of the previous play sessions. So far it's taken us 50 hours to get to this point. So, have at it. Go back and check out the last 50 hours of gameplay for The Legend of Dragoon. Or if you're interested in some of the other JRPGs that we play, please check out our channel. Follow us over at twitter.com/LunarlightGames. Over there you'll find deals, discounts, as well as news stories about the gaming world, as well as the odd giveaway we run from time to time. Check out the pinned post for more information, or have a look at our hashtag LunarlightVault. If you'd like to support our channel financially, or if you'd like to sponsor a giveaway, you can do so by dropping a donation over at paypal.me/LunarlightGames. The link will be posted down below. But if you guys don't have a tip or a tip jar, don't worry about it. Please continue viewing our videos. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Follow us over at twitch.tv/LunarlightGames, and also hit the notification bell across all of our platforms to get updates as soon as they're made available, or to catch whenever we go live. But yeah, that is going to be all for tonight. I hope you guys have enjoyed this long session. Hopefully we'll return soon, and we will move on with the rest of the other optional side content before we head to the main and final dungeon. That is going to be all from me for tonight. I hope you guys are having a great start to your week. Have a great Tuesday, and we will see you guys again hopefully soon. Take care.